It's time for our parent-to-parent segment. We want to talk to you parents out there. All public school 11th graders will be taking the ACT standardized test on April 3rd, so not long from now. It is free and it's very important. Potential Magazine is here to tell us why it's so important to help your teen get ready for this test. Pam Mashburn is the publisher of Potential Magazine, and this is the new cover, hot off the presses.
Hot off the press.
And this is father-son, and the son goes to
Edgewood.
Edgewood. Okay,
Yeah.
Great to have them on the cover. I don't think I've ever seen the father-son picture on here before. That's pretty cool. And of course, that's going to be what a lot of parents want to do: take that prized picture.
That's right.
With their student in the cap and gown. But on the way there, you got to take the ACT. So why do we have to take this test?
Well, it's a really important test, and we've talked about this before, and I kind of wanted to go through and talk about how it's used. It's used for a lot of things.
Okay.
But, you know, most people think about it for admissions,
yes,
right? So colleges are looking at, you know, what you're in, and having a low ACT score doesn't keep you from getting in college.
It just betters your chances.
It betters your chance, right? And you usually get notification earlier. So that's really nice to have. But the main thing we think about is scholarships.
It comes down to that bottom line. And
it does.
It really does make a difference. And now that I've had 3 that have gone through this
process,
yeah, then you realize you get better and better about this. You get more and more information about this, and you actually can help yourself a great deal by finding out about these scholarships and how to get them.
Yeah, and you know that for our family with 3 kids too, you know, that's going to determine in a lot of cases what college you're going to.
Yeah.
Because if we can't get enough scholarship, then we can't, you know, we're going to have to take out loans, and that becomes a big family decision. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
So scholarships are a big part of it, and unfortunately, you know, your GPA, which is, you know, 3 to 4 years of school, counts as much as the ACT. So the ACT,
so
that one, 50-50. Yes, it's crazy.
I didn't realize it counted that much. Has it always been that way?
I think it's always been that way.
Okay, well,
it's kind of a well-kept secret. It is now. And,
it is that way now.
It's really important.
One of the main, well, 2 of the main subjects that you're going to choose in your general studies, this has something to do with where you're going to be placed.
For English and math, it's going to determine your placement. And in the state of Alabama, around 30-something% of the students are going to have to take a remedial class, which basically means they feel like it's a class that you should have learned all these skills in high school. So therefore, you get to pay for it, but you get no credit. I'm like,
I know,
so
that's not good.
So you're paying $1,000 or more for a class. So your kid may not have scored well on the ACT, but they already have those skills. So the ACT is a really good one to make sure that you get into those proper placements for English and math. The other thing is, if your child is looking to be a part of the honors college, it's kind of the opposite of remedial, but if they want to be a part of the honors college, and that's important to be around other kids that are smart like them. Yeah. Mine weren't that. But if yours are, this is a piece that's going to determine honors college. Now, one thing I will say is, if your kids are taking like AP classes and they score high enough in certain English, in the English part of ACT, places like Auburn actually can award you up to 2 college credit classes.
Remember, Troy did the same thing.
Yes, so that saves you quite a bit of money.
It sure does. It
does. And you know, you immediately get those credits. Now, this is the part that I didn't know until recently, and this is really important. And that is, if you're going to be, if your student is wanting to be a nurse, or pre-vet, or something that is a highly sought-after major where there's not enough spaces, they're going to use that ACT score to determine your acceptance into that program.
Well, they have to have some way of sorting through all of the applications, so that's just another rung that you're going to have to climb if that's what you want to do.
Right.
Like you said, those are highly competitive.
They are, and you wouldn't think nursing would be as competitive, but it is. There's a shortage of nursing instructors. One thing to think about is the ACT is so important for your freshman year, going into your freshman year. But if you're looking at those programs, you can actually take the ACT your freshman year in college so that you can start, still continue to apply for those nursing and pre-vet and all of that kind of stuff. So
we mentioned that it's coming up in a couple of months. What can people do as we have 2 months? Is that enough time to get prepared?
Yeah, I mean, it is. In fact, there a lot of experts say if you can spend 6 weeks, spend 10 hours a week, doesn't sound like much, but it is when your kids are really active. But if they could spend, you know, a Saturday afternoon or a couple of nights a week preparing for it, in 6 weeks, they can up their scores 2 to 4 points. So it is really important. This is the particular test that the Alabama Department of Education is going to pay for, so it's free to take, and every junior will take it whether they want to go to college or not. So that's a good thing. But you need to prepare them for it. There are free resources with your counselors at school. At least get the paper copy and at least be prepared to know what's going to happen. Again, it's not an intelligence test. It's how well can you take the test and how well can you prepare for the test. I would say it's probably the most important test your child's going to make financially.
All right, well, and that because of that, you can find a lot of information about it in this potential magazine. So if you can find one of these still, as soon as you guys put these out, they're
they're going out today and tomorrow.
But
so.
That's why you have them online too. So
Yes,
tell them
we
where
do.
they can find it.
Potentialmagazine.com. We've been doing a series on ACT here. We've got some news clips if you've missed some of those, and to go back and see what Tanya and I have been talking about. So, and also check out ACT.org.
Thank you so much for being here. It's always
thanks,
good to see
Tanya.
you. Some great information. I do like that cover too. Stay with us still to come on.